Australian lineup, you have Caitlin Bassett, that sharp shooter, in at goal shooter. Gretel Tippett, unorthodox goal attack at goal attack. Hadley at wing attack, Watson at centre, Jamie Lee Price at wing defence, and my fave combination, Weston and Bruce at goal defence and goalkeeper. And then from Mali, Kamwala at goal shooter. We don't see Mbula. She did have an injury coming into it, so it's whether they're resting her in that position. Sintowe, we love a goal attack. She's nippy, she's fast, and she's accurate. Kumwenda at wing attack, Galetta at centre. Iwira comes in at goalkeeper to end that defensive pressure with Mpule.
Please welcome your match umpires to court.
Australia against Malawi, live from the M&S Bank Arena here in Liverpool. Day 5, the evening session. Australia, the defending champions, unbeaten here in Liverpool, looking to continue that. Gary Burgess, Joniani Giuliani in charge in terms of the umpires. Australia in the green, Malawi, the Queens in the red and black. Australia yet to lose, not just a game, but a quarter at this World Cup. Pamela Cookie, look at the world rankings. Australia world ranked 1, Malawi were world ranked 6, but the latest world rankings have them dropping down just a few places.
Yeah, now sitting at 9th position. But we were talking about what has made Malawi grow so much, how they've been good. It's been that 6th position, allowing them, they've played in the Fast 5, they've played many test series over here against the likes of England, against the likes of Australia, New Zealand. So they understand what it's like to play at that high level, and that is what's progressed them. Unfortunately, dropping a couple of places now, based on how many matches they've played.
That's it, all the places matter, of course, at the World Cup. Malawi looking to get their first goal on the board.
Don't just beside her. Yeah.
And I'll get the opportunity now in the goal shooter position.
Australia!
Kamwala slots one in to bring it back to 1 apiece. We know Australia start fast and they start strong.
Nice defence there.
It's on the goal line outside.
Galetta just so quick on that to get a hand tip, but it still falls into the hands of Australia. And Caitlin Bassett under the post. Very rarely do we see her miss.
It's a rare thing for that to happen. And that is what Malawi have got to contest. They've met each other twice previously at the Netball World Cup. Australia have won both of those occasions.
Malawi.
Courtney Bruce shouting directions in that goalkeeper position, orchestrating the team on court.
She is indeed, and her partnership with Weston has really developed over this competition, and I think they're the best defensive combination that Australia has. And we see fruits of that right there.
Malawi are not going to want to do that on a regular basis against the Diamonds. 91-22 against Barbados yesterday. 99-24 against Sri Lanka. Wins against Zimbabwe and Northern Ireland as well.
Goalkeeper obstruction. Vanny's goal. Vanny wing defence offside.
Quite to Bassett in the goal shooter position.
Offside, wing defence. Offside, yeah. Goal attack round, where they are.
Here, Gary Burgess, the English umpire, laying the law down early doors. Nice take.
Good. Very good work in there from those two. Both so tall in that circle, making it really difficult for defenders. And how they do that shooty ball when they're confident to go to post, but they know they can just pop it to their partner if they want to.
Well, Lisa Alexander used 4 shooters in total yesterday in that big win against Barbados. Tippett was on form, shooting at 96%. Malawi looking for space, looking to thread the needle through the defence of the wall that is Australia. Another opportunity for Malawi, but the tall range and the long arms of Courtney Bruce.
She is having a flyer of a competition in that goalkeeper position, coming out with intercepts and tips on the shot. That is not easy to do. The lean, and then the timing just to jump and have a little hand on it and pull it in.
West Coast Fever player, a 25-year-old making a World Cup debut.
Keeper, sorry. Goalkeeper, it's you.
So goalkeeper stands by. Nice shot at the distance between the top of the head of Bassett and the 10-foot post. And early doors, Australia 5 ahead, coming up to 10.5 minutes of this first half to go. Important, Pamela Cookie, that Malawi try and hold on to the coattails of the 11-time champions.
Yes, indeed. They don't want to let this blow out, and it is try. This Diamond squad have been consistent, they've been clinical, and they've been ruthless.
Lisa Alexander, the head coach, said we've been planning for a couple of days about this match. We're going to try and be creative on our attacking work.
Just outside.
Which they have been so far wonderfully well here in Liverpool. Another opportunity, nice little pass off to the goal shooter for Malawi. And Kamwala slots in her second goal of the match so far.
Right, goal attack.
Manage contact, win defence. Throw in.
There, Greta Tippett coming off the back line. You have to have a foot on the court before you receive the ball if you're coming from out of court. The pass came too quick for her.
So Malawi taking it through the centre court. 47-43 the victory yesterday against Northern Ireland. And on the first and the last quarter in that match. Looking for space, being forced back into the defensive third.
Advantage obstruction, goal attack.
Very hard work this for Malawi to get it into the centre third. Such is the defence, and being forced back, right back to the other end of the court. They just can't get it past the centre wall that is the Diamonds.
Yeah, this full court press that the Diamonds are doing, phenomenal, so difficult. But the thing is, though, with Malawi, they're not afraid to have to play the ball around. Other teams may think, oh my God, we're stuck, I don't know where I'm going to go, but they will just keep playing it around until they find the space and the free player to open up.
Their 6th World Cup appearance for the Malawi Queens, the highest ever position back 12 years ago in 2007 when they finished 5th.
Yeah, again, similar to what we saw down with Gretel Tippett. The ball coming too early. She was out of court, and a teammate passed her the ball. The light-footed, bouncy nature of the Australian squad is beautiful to watch. The skills, the angles of the ball that they have. And Watson picks it up in the centre position, sends it over, trying to land into Bassett's hands. And that's what Australia do so well. They make the ball do the work. There, it just whizzes by on those angles. Yes, off the ball, there's a lot of things going on, but they use the ball so well to gain possession and depth down the court.
7-2 Malawi lead.
Nice screen.
And Gretel Tippett puts one in and gets a little wave of support from probably one of the youngest Australian fans in the arena. I'm just taking a guess there.
Oh, unlucky there from Malawi after that good work on the defence to force that error from Australia.
Obstruction, goalkeeper.
And then some slightly older
Wing attack.
Australian netball fans. Such good support through this World Cup for all of the nations. Gretel Tippett shouting in frustration, but it's all good. That defence that Pamela Cookie was talking about.
Pausing goal attack.
He's going to potentially be threaded through the patient build-up from Malawi, which means they have to make it count when they get the opportunity. Oh, nicely batted away.
And that's that patient work. They use the width and then use the depth, but this defensive pressure from Australia is on a song.
They're like bees over a honey pot.
Yeah, everybody wants the instep, the turnover. They're all working on defence. Oh,
swarming
great work.
in.
Jamie Lee Price, they're coming round the back, getting low to get that tip on the ball.
The Giants netball player Jamie Lee Price, the 23-year-old, another one of the Diamond squad on her World Cup debut. No doubt learning a lot from a very experienced and very successful Australian side. So just under 6 minutes remaining of the first quarter. Australia have a 9-goal lead. Malawi again trying to penetrate through. A little bit more space there for the goal shooter from Malawi, Kamwala.
Owen! Australia!
Ah, Simtoe thinking she got the contact call there. Let the ball go off court and it's a throw-in. Just got to keep playing to the whistle.
So it's 2 goals that Malawi have netted, both from Alanafe Kamwala. 100% at the moment for Bassett and Tippett.
Vanny's causing, wing attack.
Ooh, that was replayed ball if I ever saw.
Step forward from Bassett, another one goes in. She was one of those 4 shooters yesterday I talked about, 26 from 30, and she got given the opportunity and came on court.
Contact outside,
9 from 9, Caitlin Bassett. Right on cue, she's going to stick another one and hit double figures.
Yeah.
So cross court towards the Australia bench.
Goal attack!
Mid-court action once again. A lot of mid-court action at the moment as Malawi try and get through. Gretel Tippett, she's on 3 from 3 at the moment. Shot 86% in the match against Zimbabwe and 96% yesterday, missing just 1 goal in that match against Barbados.
Wow, that's some really good shooting stats right there.
Contact, goal defence.
The Australians packed the shooting boots when they flew over here to the UK. Tippett pops another one in.
Yeah, all 4 of their shooters have been on song over this competition.
Advantage obstruction, wing attack and
I like
goal
this
attack.
shot, how you can just see how the ball moves down the court.
Let's appreciate that little bit of move there from Gretel Tippett to keep that ball in, Pamela Cookie. You're a shooter yourself, you'll appreciate that one. That gentleman there, done his hair for the occasion. So the big glimpse of himself on the big screen up at the M&S Bank Arena. 15-2. Malawi looking to put a third one on the board.
Overshooting that one there.
So another miss by Kamwala in that goal shooting position for Malawi.
And it's key to see, like, the pressure that these top nations bring. Malawi have been shooting high percentages too, but when they come up against the tougher teams, the defensive pressure that goes on the shot makes those shooting percentages drop. They're not confident anymore to go to post.
Confidence is what the defending champions, the 11-time champions, don't lack, and understandably so. And right on cue, thank you, Gretel Tippett, showing us exactly why the 11 times champions putting another one through. 4 from 4.
Backwards 1 step. That's it. Obstruction goalkeeper.
Nice, and again, straight off that centre pass, so quick to get this ball down the court.
Wing defence.
So there's some of those shooting stats I was talking about.
Wow, 100% each.
You talk about the defensive lineup, Pamela, of Bruce and Weston being your favourites.
Manage contact, wing defence.
There's many shooters around the world following our coverage that very much enjoy when Bassett and Tippett are together, as does Lisa Alexander.
Yeah, it is, and it's nice. We talk about how Tippett is unorthodox and how she plays, and that just changes up a little bit. The directness play that Australia have, but it brings some fun into it.
Hold time, please. Centre that's intentional offside. It's a caution. Set it outside, please.
But I do love Wood as well at goal attack for them.
So, caution handed out.
Obstruction
Gary
goalkeeper.
Burgess, the
No,
English
I don't care.
umpire.
It was too short all the time.
He doesn't care, it's too short all the time. Now, we have Gary Burgess in our UK Super League, so we're very familiar with him.
Yes.
I would just say short and direct, to the point.
To the point, yes. He tells you exactly what he wants, and you need to go on and do
Barge
it.
offside!
So we're coming up to the
Offside
final
defence.
minutes of this first quarter.
Yeah, I think that was harsh there. Kachalika getting pushed offside, I believe, but
goalie
called
fence.
for being offside.
Obstruction goalkeeper. Whole time. Goalkeeper, that's persistent obstruction. It's a caution.
So Nguira there, she's persistently standing too close before she puts her arms off to mark the shot, causing the obstruction. And Gary Burgess there saying it's persistent, so getting a caution.
And there's a large contingent,
Contact.
by
ring
myself and
defence
Pamela
in the goal
Cookie in our
third.
commentary position here in the gallery of Australian fans that are whooping and a hollering at everything that's going on. Nice put out of play.
McCooley.
So 20 seconds remaining. Nice reach. A throw back in. Another
Oh, unlucky Western there, trying to keep that ball on the court. They're just working those fine margins, aren't they? Bassett just managing to keep it off the baseline, but Western there couldn't quite do it on the sideline.
The crowd count the clock back on this first quarter between Australia and Malawi. 21-2, Australia lead. 4 wins from 4 so far. Another dominant display in the first 15 minutes, leading by 19, 21-2. So the second quarter then,
Barge
Australia up
centre.
19 against Malawi. The goal
Barge
count
goal.
for the Aussie Diamonds.
Malawi!
It was over 350, excuse me, before the start of this game, averaging around 88 goals a game at the moment in this Netball World Cup. And they're starting to put some serious statistics on the board. It wasn't their biggest opening win in terms of quarters. They had a 24-7 win in the first quarter against Northern Ireland. One-footed.
Nice there, Simtoe. Just what they needed to start off this quarter. And I like the way she just stepped back over that 3-foot mark.
Offside!
The shout is made in a rare moment of silence
Barge
at the M&S Bank
offside.
Arena.
Barge contact, goal attack!
Nice take. I want to be a little
Back.
bit nearer if
Contact.
possible. Goes back out to
Contact, goal defence.
the Australian
No,
centre.
just there, put it
Contact's called.
Yep.
Eyes it up.
First miss of the game, but Bassett, wowzers on that rebound. Taking it in and making sure that Australia still scored on that possession.
Have an absolute ball, aren't they? Our Australian friends. And quite rightly so when you're 23-3 up in this second quarter.
Contact, bring it up.
Look at the Malawi bench at the back, at the centre of your shot, shouting, pointing, directing. Nice take. Malawi being forced back, though, into the centre third. Looking for the space once again. The Australian defence as strong as resilient as.
Yeah. They're doing so well, aren't they, in terms of their running players into another partner and then going to cover the space. So working really well together, and then it bounces nicely for Bruce to get a tip on
That's a
that.
goal attack. Throw in, bandage offside. It's in the circle. Yeah, it's in the circle. It's in the circle, throw in. Thank you. Bandage contact, centre. Obstruction, goal defence.
Good ball positioning there. Nice bounce pass, and Chimilero now, I apologize, has come on at goal attack.
The barge is contact and obstruction. Barge contact, goal defence.
Nice take.
Malawi. Bash break in defense.
Malawi centre pass. The gap still remains 20.
Go in, goal third.
Bruce again coming out hunting. She runs hard on her goal shooter, tracks her right up until that third line to put the pressure on.
In the goal third.
West Coast Fever player, the 25-year-old.
Thank you.
Reading that one perfectly. But it's Malawi on the throw-in.
And as you see, they always have to go over a Diamonds player because they just get in front of their opposition, make it so tough. So there's always a Diamond and then the ball, ball, Diamond player, and then the opposition.
Advantage contact, goal defense.
Call back into the centre third.
Nice play. It was good from them using Western just to open up the angle, so they're not going back to the line in a state of panic. They're going back to the line to change up what they're seeing in front.
Vanny's breaking. Malawi goal attack.
So there's confirmation changes in terms of what's happened so far.
Malawi.
Changing the wing defence position for Malawi, and as Pamela said, in the goal attack position. Chimilero now partnering up with Kamwala to make the attack
obstruction, goal defense.
for Malawi.
Vanny's goal,
Emily
wing
Price
attack
there
obstruction.
putting a lot of
Vanny's
pressure
wing attack obstruction.
on Kumwenda, making her misfumble that ball.
Contact wing defense.
That was good work there from Nguira, working round the back to get a tip off Bassett. That's not easy.
There's head coach Lisa Alexander, and the head coach of Australia since 2011, taking over from Norma Plummer. Now the South African coach, of course. He looked very pin sharp here as well at the Netball World Cup. Lisa Alexander will be happy. Of course, she will aside a 26-4 up. But that, with the greatest of respect, is what, of course, was expected, Pamela Cookie. What would Lisa Alexander in particular have learnt so far from this match, if anything?
In terms of the ruthlessness that Australia have brought throughout this competition, still 21 goals in that first quarter. Shooting stats, 95% for Bassett, 89% for Tippett. Keeping those high, and that's what they want to keep, that consistency of performance right the way through.
Contact.
It means then when you step up against the harder opposition, so when they face New Zealand coming up on Friday, they're already working at that level. They don't then have to step up.
Yep, New Zealand for Australia on Thursday after the rest day tomorrow. Malawi and Zimbabwe. And what's going to come after? I'm not going to say, Pamela, an eagerly anticipated day off. Lisa Alexander's gone on the record talking about the hardcore nature of a test series over 10 days. They're playing on 8 of them, so they'll appreciate the day off tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. This is hard graft, 60 minutes, 8 games in 10 days. It rarely happens, bar a World Cup or Commonwealth Games year, so this is big on the players. Good defensive pressure from that attacking end. No one available for Malawi.
And Australia hit 30, stretching out the lead. It was 19 after the first quarter, up to 26 now with 8 minutes remaining until half-time. A 21-2 first quarter, an 8-2 lead at the moment in the second set of 15 minutes for Australia. Umpire Gary Burgess, bottom of the shot, wiping the sweat from his brow.
Goalkeeper.
Himself and Joan Giolani keeping themselves all over this one. Nguira in that defensive position, the goalkeeper position for Malawi. London Pulse, UK Super League side player.
Good core strength there from Kumwenda just to keep herself onside. Weston.
There. Contact.
The thing that's allowing Australia, yes, they are getting the contact calls on some of this, but Malawi aren't running onto the ball. They wait for the ball to come to them, and so it allows the opposition, just like there, and Weston getting that turnover. She ran the line, she didn't stop her feet, whereas Malawi are doing that.
Offside! Australia!
Good work that from Weston,
Offside.
the Melbourne Vixens player. 8 teams, as we know, in the Suncourt Super League, all represented here at the Netball World Cup. 32 players in total spread across the teams here. And every UK Super League side from this season just gone represented as well. Worldwide players in the Netball World Cup. And coming up to 6 minutes remaining, 32-4. And there's a change coming up for Malawi.
Yeah, it looks like Galetta's coming off from that centre position, and we're going to see Lawazi. I like her a lot. She is dynamic, and she's one of those engines in the team. She doesn't stop running, and she plays with such energy. So hopefully she can come on and now try and drive this team forward.
Got to have an engine to be a centre.
In the goal third.
No centre in the world has not got an engine.
You played centre, right?
I haven't got an engine, I did it once. Australia on the attack, going cross-court then. And these clean cut moves, wonderful take, good balance from Gretel Tippett. And another one rattles in, a high five indeed with her shooting partner.
Australia!
Manage breaking, goal attack.
Yeah, they look like they're having fun out there, don't they?
Match contact! Match offside!
Great movement, and Malawi, I don't know why, both of them sucked back on Caitlin Bassett, which allowed Gretel Tippett to run that front and was left all on her own. You can't afford in this partnership to leave one of them by themselves. They're both amazing shooters. They're both great footwork to get into the right positions. You need to stay on them. But great play down the other end.
On the ball, goalkeeper.
Confirmation of Lawazi in the centre position, Galetta in the wing attack position for Malawi. Under 5 minutes remaining until half-time. 34-5.
Wowzers.
For Malawi. I'm looking at their lowest quarter score, and I can't see a quarter below 8 for the Malawi side. But a fourth quarter 24-8 loss. A win, excuse me, against Singapore, but 5 potentially is going to be, unless they put a couple more on the board. But that is testament to what Australia, the world champions, are doing to them here, just suffocating them in every single third.
Yes, they are indeed. And Malawi are missing Mbula. She was injured before she came out. I did hear she's on a return to play schedule. She was only supposed to play 1 quarter in that very first game. She went off but then came back on, so ended up playing 3 in the end, got told off. So I think now she's probably sticking to that return to play schedule, but it's having a big impact on Malawi.
It is, she shot at 97% yesterday. Mbula.
Australia! Match break!
Missing her indeed, but that's taking nothing away from the Diamonds. Both up safely. Lawazi facing the right direction. Bit of a hit there with a teammate. But they go again through the centre third. 3.5 minutes remaining until half-time. (14-3) for Australia leading this second quarter.
Contact, advantage offside, goal attack.
An opportunity.
Throw in.
So much pressure from Bruce on that shot.
Is there? Where she is. Where the goal attack is, please.
1.89 m tall. The goalkeeper for Australia.
Manage contact, win defence.
See the height difference in the circle between the Australian defenders and the Malawi shooters.
Yeah, but great rebound. And I like the way that they use the bounce pass. They know Australia are really tall, they've got good reach, and they can take those high balls. So play it down by their feet. Make it harder for them. But they need to convert those shots.
Obstruction, goalkeeper and goal defense, both out. All time, advantage goal.
Both defenders out. A free shot. Not sure the defenders would have made much of a difference anyway. The shooting power of Australia at the moment. 37 playing 5. Coming up to 2 minutes remaining until the half-time talks of both head coaches. And ooh, and an R from the crowd here at the M&S Bank Arena.
Yeah, as we were saying, the shots need to go in to help this side. Kamwala sitting on 50%, 3 from 3. Chimilero 40%, 2 from 5.
Contact goalkeeper. Yeah.
Maguire will stand by. And once again,
Malawi.
Tippett will deliver.
Breaking wing attack.
Those are one of those errors you can't afford to do off your own centre pass. After each goal, it swaps possession, and so you get 50% of the ball.
Obstruction, advantage goal.
They hit 40.
Australia.
With 70 seconds remaining at
breaking wing
half
attack.
time.
Obstruction. Badge offside.
And they pop another one in.
Lovely feed.
Contact goal shooter.
Rare miss. Lobbed over.
Vantage centre obstruction.
The first pass then would have got it into the shooting circle, but there was pause and hesitation.
Oh, and a 3-second call. That's it. They got it so much depth on that first pass out of the end third. Get it to a shooter, but then another mistake. Holding on to the ball.
Malawi.
3-second rule was passed to the detriment of the African side. 41-5, a few seconds remaining. The fans have already started counting back the clock. Wasn't able to keep that one in.
Hold time, set it back. Goal shooter, that's deliberate delay of play, it's a caution here.
And caution for deliberate delay of play. I've had a couple of those in this World Cup so far.
Yeah, they see that the clock is ticking down, don't want Australia to score. And that's it, unable to convert.
But it's a smile and the high fives as you would expect. 23 Australia won that quarter. You add it up, it's 41-5. The world leaders in charge. Watson on the centre pass then for Australia. A lead that is only going to be stretched out by the 11-time champions. Hosted this Netball World Cup themselves 3 times, of course. The last time being, it was a few years ago now. There's only 3 Netball World Cups that they haven't won, the Australian side.
Yeah, pretty ruthless, and we see that they've changed it up as we expected. Caitlin Thwaites comes in a goal shooter, Steph Wood goes into goal attack. Plus Brown comes in at wing attack.
So 4 years since Sydney held the 2015 edition.
Contact.
And we're back here in the UK, and the first goal.
Australia.
The 6th goal for Malawi.
And he's breaking wing defence.
Good, they've brought some Torre back on.
Yep.
But she's a little bit more accurate. Yeah. Again, we see this lovely shot of how they work this ball around the court in order to progress down to the goal.
So Thwaites on now in the goal shooter position for Australia. Picked up her 50th cap yesterday in that win against Barbados, and she shot 20 from 20 at 100% on a 50th cap, just for good measure. So she's on now in the goal shooter position. And you were talking about the certain goal attack that's also now come on. We were talking about, wonder if she'll come on in the goal attack position, Pamela Cookie.
Yeah, Steph Wood there. She is on, and that's Australia sharing the load. They're able to do this. And rest legs, I think it is ready for Thursday
goal attack, address
game
that,
against
please.
New Zealand.
In the centre third.
But they've been doing this all competition.
Vanish win defence obstruction.
But what Lisa Alexandra has done well, though, she said she's given players opportunity to play full games as well.
Kelsey Brown in the wing attack position for Australia. Changing the goal defence as well. Goalkeeper Courtney Bruce still on. So changes from Lisa Alexander, as you would when you're so far ahead and have a big match on Thursday against New Zealand.
Yeah, we see Clow comes in at goal defence. As you said, Kelsey Brown into wing attack.
A round of applause from the bench. Wood 2 from 2, Thwaites 2 from 2.
Contact goalkeeper at the top.
You'll see more of a moving shooting circle with Thwaites and Wood.
Causing contact, goal defence, advantage goal.
Less height than Bassett. But still so strong.
Yeah, 1m75. 27-year-old Sunshine Coast Lightning Steph Wood. Another one of Lisa Alexander's side making their World Cup debut. Lines up.
Goalkeeper stepping in.
Obstruction called.
Just there beside her, goal attack. Yep.
Another one making their debut. Clow here at goal defence on marking that shot. Her first cap was at this World Cup.
So, Diamond players warming up if called upon.
Yeah. Weston just keeping her legs ticking over after playing that first half, as we saw just then on the bike.
Obstruction, hands before.
A few drums have started banging around the arena here in this third quarter.
Barge contact, goal defence. Barge goal.
Nice work there.
Australia.
And I think we see Weston on that bike, because I think she'll be making another appearance in that last quarter with Brandley out injured. Lisa Alexandra saying they think she'll be ready in time for the next game. For this one, they're resting her in order to give Bruce the rest. Weston will have to come back onto court.
Hold time. Where you are, goal attack on the restart.
Wood. Nice.
Lovely intercept here from Liz Waston.
Barge obstruction, wing attack.
Off that back line. Oh, that's what I like from Razi. She's not afraid just to wind the arm up and give it right into that shooting circle.
Out wide, Australia patiently building up. Oh, nice little bounce pass, wonderful pick up.
And good hands from Brown. However, went offside.
Unlucky. Malawi then through the centre third. They've hit double figures in this match under 10 minutes remaining of the third quarter.
Throw in.
Too quick.
Cross court.
Throw in, Australia.
I see the frustration on the face
Side, there you are.
of Makulu in the goal defence position for Malawi, summing up the frustration of the Malawi Queens in this match at the moment. But remember, Got a big match on Thursday against Zimbabwe. That'll be lively.
Yeah, they really want to win that one in order to give themselves a better crossover into the 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th positioning. The winner will play potentially Uganda. The loser will have to play potentially Jamaica.
Just there, just there.
6th at the last World Cup
Yep.
in Sydney 4 years ago. Lost the 5th place match just by a couple of goals to South Africa, Malawi. That's how close it is at the Netball World Cup. As we know, one goal makes a difference in big competitions. That's a nice shot though, isn't it? Look at the width of the court, the movement, the agility, the angles and the speed.
Wow.
Nice.
Great turnover there, backing up from Nguira. But sloppy on the through court, and Australia are back on it.
Contact, win defence at the top.
The style of Kate Green-Thwaites. 114 caps she had, Pamela Cookie, for England. Talk us through when she comes back again, whenever he's relevant in the picture, the shooting style, the back drop of the ball that Thwaites has at 5 from 5 at the moment at 100%. Different techniques that work for different shooters around the world.
Yes, that's it, and we'll see a variety. As you say, Thwaites,
Contact goalkeeper.
good take there. We should see her now take this penalty. Watch the action, how low she takes this behind her and then pushes straight up, but still the follow through. Other people like Potgieter for South Africa, she has a short drop and then shoots. So it's different teams do differently, different individuals play it differently. You just got to find out what works for you and what keeps out the defender's hands.
6 from 6. Thwaites works nicely. And Malawi pop one in. A little bit of a high five between the shooting pairing of the Malawi side.
Goal attack.
Manage obstruction, goal defence. Contact, goal defence outside.
Watson looking to feed in. 41 feeds Watson had in that centre position in that 99-24 win against Sri Lanka. 48 feeds from Kelsey Brown in that wing attack position. Absolutely deadly in terms of feeding into their shooters, who are pin sharp as well. And the world champions now grab it and take it through the court with speed. Under 6 minutes remaining in this third quarter.
Nice work there, just bringing it down, using those ankles. Look at this interception from Clout, how she covers Simtoe with her right hand, but still has that ability to go on her left to get that tip.
Contact, goalkeeper, and his goal.
Contact, advantage offside. Contact on the head.
Back in position. There she is. Now she's back to standby.
Bash, contact in defence.
Goal attack, onside at the centre half.
Do what?
Oh, unlucky there. She wanted to pass it off, took her landing foot and regrounded it, hence the footwork call.
Manage offside, setter. Obstruction, goalkeeper.
Rattled in for Wood. Another one on the scorecard. Scored 20 out of 23 and given the opportunity to shoot yesterday against Barbados. Shot at 94% against Sri Lanka.
Oh, that was beautiful from Wood. Just to sucker the defence to think she was going to pass it one way and passed it the other to Thwaites.
Bash, contact.
Looking for space.
Australia just keeping
Contact.
Malawi on that right-hand side and get the contact call.
A few little boos from the crowd. The Malawi fans were chanting along quite happily then and stopped instantaneously.
Contact and offside. Centre.
This is Wood going to try and get a little bit closer. Lovely, out the circle, back into a teammate. And another one through Lisa Alexander. Sits and watches on.
Look at the stats on our left-hand side, 100% for these shooters. Wood, 6 from 6, Thwaites, 10 from 10.
The Malawi fans are back in voice.
Yep, over there, no, set it up. Whole time, set the penalty beside the goal defense. Yes. Bash, contact. Contact, goal attack.
Ooh,
Is there beside?
that was tough.
Whole time. Set for the goalkeeper. Yes, beside her.
Chimalero using the 8th player of the crowd
To voice her and
to voice her opinion there. She'll throw a look, the crowd will boo in the blink of an eye. Caitlin Thwaites back down the other end.
Injury goalkeeper Malawi.
10 from 10, 100%. Injury to the goalkeeper for Malawi.
And this is one of the ones where I don't think she's injured. They
Malawi
just
centre
wanted to
pass.
make a change, but you have to say you're injured for the umpire to let you make that change.
Bash, contact.
Future games in the eye and the minds of both of the head coaches. Big day Thursday.
Right side.
No letting up from this Australian outfit.
Nice. Great, well, Mapuera in that wing defence position, coming out in that centre third to get that interception. Can they put it through for her? Lovely, they can. As we see this here, such speed. And that's an example of standing to catch the ball for Australia. You need to move your feet and come onto the ball.
Combo on in the goalkeeper position then for Malawi. A nice bit of flair and movement from the Queens. Exciting the fans and the neutrals who are getting behind this African side. Australia enjoying this. You listen to the players though throughout this Netball World Cup. They all say themselves they're relaxing, they're enjoying themselves, which is good. Because you're happy, you play better. Even when you've got the pressure and expectation of defending a title, it's good to see.
Yeah, I definitely always played my best netball when I was relaxed and I was happy and I was enjoying the game.
Oh, that was good work. Caitlin Thwaites in that goal shooter position, the positioning of the body, shutting down any chance that the defender had of stopping her getting that ball.
She makes it so difficult for defenders to get round. So Malawi now, that 3 defences you can see come down, arms over, trying to force a lifted ball for them to run on. Oh, unlucky. Good defensive play there from Vinkumbu with Kule. But obstruction called.
Obstruction.
30 seconds remaining of the third quarter.
Vanish breaking, goal attack.
61-14.
Throwing. Hold time. On the whistle, please, Malawi. It's a throw in on the whistle.
Contact. Contact, goal attack, yep.
God, the eyes of a hawk by umpire Joe Uilani over there on the side of the court. Final few seconds until the last 15 minutes of this match. There's not going to be time for another goal. (61-14) Australia lead. 15 minutes left here between Australia and Malawi. The Diamonds lead. So the final quarter, Australia and Malawi. An unassailable lead for the world champions, the world ranked #1 side. And we'll see if any changes are made for this final 15 minutes by either of the coaches. As I mentioned, half an eye on their matches on Thursday after a rest day tomorrow. A nice take and a continued
Malawi.
rich vein of form from Caitlin Thwaites, the goal shooter. 15 from 15 now.
Manage contact, goal attack.
No changes, it seems, coming on. Lovely draw.
Goal defence, arms first.
Bruce stays on at goalkeeper. And Simtoe under the post finds herself all alone.
So the 7-on court for Australia. Hadley coming in. Paige Hadley into the centre.
Just beside the goal attack, goal defence.
And a change in the shooting end. She waits patiently. Steph Wood continuing that 100% form that Pamela Cookie was just talking about. No misses yet. The Sunshine Coast Lightning player.
Offside, goalkeeper. Where you are.
Go third.
It's offside. It's in the centre third, where she is now, please.
Yeah, Bruce just going over that line as a goalkeeper. You're allowed in the shooting circle and up to that first third line. She is on it for trying to get intercepts, but finds herself offside again in that centre third.
In the centre third.
So much success for Australia over the years. Going for their 12th title here. Lisa Alexander said it was a really difficult process, Pamela Cookie, to pick the squad to bring for this World Cup due to the Diamonds' depth and talent. They had a 5-day training camp in Sydney at the end of June before departing for England here on the 3rd of July. There are contentious decisions, always players that people think should be in the squad, but so far, from what we've seen from Australia, yeah, their record is impeccable, but this is a good side. Is it a World Cup winning side again?
Well, this is yet to be seen because this is a formidable side. From their results, they have done so well across the board. However, they haven't really been tested yet. They haven't come up against the likes of New Zealand, which they play on Thursday. Haven't played England, haven't played Jamaica, haven't played South Africa yet. So this will tell when they come up against those teams.
But you can only play what's in front of you.
Exactly, and they've done so well on that.
They have indeed, and they're continuing to do well, but the crowd like that one. Another little goal popped in by Simtoe. 9 from 10 now. The shooter from Malawi.
Goalkeeper. Barge offside and contact, defence.
Slightly longer in range, but not a problem at all.
Steph Wood shoots from anywhere.
Barge break,
Lovely.
goal attack.
That continued wall of defence for Australia. And a push away the ball from Bruce.
Yes.
Advantage ring defence instruction. Causing contact, advantage offside, goal attack. Advantage obstruction, wing defence.
So this first day, on day 5 at this Netball World Cup with the new one-court setup here at the M&S Bank Arena. Around about 8,000 fans will pack in as we get towards the business end, shall we say. And Australia won that title in Sydney 4 years ago, that 58-55 win against New Zealand. 17,000 fans packed in. A world record for any netball game, that World Cup final. So they're used to performing when it matters, the Australians. History tells us that.
That's it.
I'd love to be here competing once again for the trophy that is on offer. There you go, lovely shot.
It's a fabularino, isn't it? Oh, Clow read that a mile off, just sitting off on the top of the circle. She knew that cross-court ball was going and she was able to grab it with 2 hands.
Thwaites under the 10-foot post.
When Malawi work it well is when they play more direct down the court rather than across. But we see the two shooters. Thwaite still sitting on 100%, and I'm sure that's going to continue after this shot. Yes.
Malawi.
And 91% for Santore.
So Malawi, under 10 minutes remaining of this match. 26 is their lowest ever Netball World Cup score. That's when they put just 26 over the Silver Ferns back in 2007. So they're what? 7 goals away from equaling that. But they've only scored 2 in the first quarter, 3 in the second, 9 in the third, and currently this quarter 6-5 to Australia. But you add that one on.
Much better quarter for Malawi. I think that shooting partnership of Jane Chimolero and Simtome
Obstruction centre.
working well.
Obstruction goal defence.
No counting.
Thwaite drops it. Wood drops it in.
Malawi.
Managed break, goal defence.
Now the Aussie fans are being heard here at the arena as we come towards the final 9 minutes.
Just that miscommunication there. Again, it's that lateral ball. Anytime Malawi have gone lateral, it's when they've either been intercepted or they've fumbled. When they've gone forward,
Contact, being attacked.
it's been a lot more successful.
Raj, obstruction goal shooter. Raj, offside.
So a reminder, this is a Group F match, of course, to Groups F and G after stage 1 of the preliminaries. 6 teams in each. Top 2 teams go forward to the semi-finals. Australia, of course, at the moment unbeaten.
Managed break, goal attack.
Malawi will take on Zimbabwe on Thursday as the matches continue for the highest places possible here at the Netball World Cup.
Contact, sorry, bring it back.
Yeah, indeed, and that game is going to be crucial for Malawi in order to finish as high as possible so that
Raj,
they get
obstruction,
the
being attack.
easier crossover for their semi-final in speech marks.
Obstruction goalkeeper, hands before. Yes.
Best thing to do is just take to the court, win by a huge margin, and every match you can, for as long as you can.
Which is what Australia are doing. Look at this shot
Goal
here.
defence, left arm,
So
contact.
smooth, up and over.
That's it.
They're going to finish with 5 from 5 at the end of this match, so that's nice and easy then.
Contact goalkeeper.
But as you
That's
said
it.
at the
Well,
start, they've not lost a quarter either. That's how ruthless and dominant they've been.
Manage obstruction, win defence.
Beautiful shot. See that swoosh through the post, Chimolero.
Contact, holding, goal defence.
Another stat, Pamela Cookie, you know I like
there.
them, you do.
Beside
Australia
her.
have only let 1 quarter go into double figures.
Wow.
Against them. Yep, quarter 3 against Zimbabwe when they won
Raj, offside.
73-37. They won it 15-13,
Off the shooter
but
last.
every other quarter
Touch.
through the
Goal shooter,
Netball World
it
Cup
touched
so
you.
far
That's it.
has not gone into double figures against them. Defensively, a machine. Attacking, pinpoint.
Throw
And
in.
Australia,
Malawi, set
we're
it
coming
there.
up to 6 minutes remaining.
Set it
They've
there.
hit the
Throw in.
70-goal mark
Yes.
here against Malawi. And as you say,
centre
Pamela,
obstruction.
the big tests are to come. But from what Lisa Alexander would have wanted, it'll be interesting to see her viewpoints
Footwork,
on
drag,
this
free
match
pass.
of what she's learned, what's
it.
been cemented, what potentially has been changed in her mind, if anything.
Yeah,
Obstruction,
definitely.
goal
And I
defence.
think what she's been saying throughout is that she wants consistency of
Forward goal
performance.
defence,
She
thank
wants
you.
to reduce the errors.
Yeah.
She wants to make sure that they're stepping out each time and playing the best that they can
Manage
possibly play. So
contact.
whether that's the high percentage
Manage
on the shooting
obstruction, win
stats,
defence.
whether that's centre pass to goal percentages, whether that's not breaking on a centre pass line or bad fumbles or contact calls, making sure everything they do is to the highest level,
goalkeeper.
no matter who
Last
they're
goal.
playing.
Malawi.
And when it's matches like this, with the greatest of respect against Malawi, Barbados, Sri Lanka, it gives Lisa
Contact,
Alexander
goal
and her
defence,
coaching
left
staff and the
arm.
team a chance to do that. A little bit more room to breathe, to potentially ingrain what they'll need later on
Throw
in the competition. And as for Malawi, I'm sure their coaching side will, of course, learnt a lot from today. Head coach was saying excited to play Australia, excited, of course. That's what it's all about. One of 4 nations from Africa, Malawi. No other INF region represented more here at the Netball World Cup. Wonderful showcase, wonderful opportunity to play against the current top-ranked team in the world. A little pick-up now for Malawi. Let's take it back down. That's what they're saying. Let's get it back through the court. But the electric shutters have been put right back up by the Australian side.
Wow, such defensive pressure high up court, and they get the 3-second call. How good was that? The weights, Wood, Brown, all stepping up, all hands over, all man on man to make sure that there was no opportunity to pass to a Malawi player.
It was, you dragged your landing
Contact,
foot.
all defense there was intentional. Yes. Yep.
Oh, Joan Luiani.
Obstruction goalkeeper, both out.
That was that was intentional.
Marsh, go!
Got her one end. She's got Gary Burgess.
Marsh, break!
I'm not interested.
Just do as I say.
Controlled this
Marsh,
game well though.
contact!
72-21, under 4 minutes remaining. See the Australian bench just ticking over nicely there in the
Lovely.
background.
Then combo there.
Hold time.
If we can see it, how she just set up in front of Steph Wood.
Outside
Steph
the
Wood did a little
circle.
shimmy behind her. That's not a dodge. You need to make your defender move. And so she was able to get that held ball call.
Still one more match to come here on day 5 in this evening session after the conclusion of Australia and
In
Malawi.
defense obstruction.
Bruce, love Bruce, goalkeeper, never stand still, bouncing, poised. Cat on a hot tin roof.
Indeed, always on something. She'll come off you, come back on you, come off you, look for the fly, shut something down. As you say, never stops moving.
Throw in on the goal line. That's it. Hold time, please, on there. Your bib's off, wing attack.
Bibs off,
On the whistle, wait, please.
eagle
Malawi.
eyes, the Bruce eagle
Okay.
eyes of Gary Burgess. Doesn't miss a thing.
The throw in outside. Outside.
Awarded himself this week, wasn't he, English umpire
Yeah.
Gary Burgess, with a nice little milestone.
Indeed, 100 caps he received as an umpire in 100 international tests. So well done, Gary Burgess. Not many have achieved that milestone.
We've had a few players on court this week, haven't we, from various nations hitting that
Goal
mark.
defense obstruction.
So experienced. He's threatening to retire from international umpiring after this World Cup. He says, I'll come back if I miss it.
Goalkeeper.
He said, I'll see you next year.
Yeah, he'll miss everyone too much.
Just over 2 minutes remaining then. Malawi on the centre pass, 72-22. I don't think they're going to have time to rack up and get past their lowest ever World Cup
Goal
score from
defense
12 years ago,
obstruction.
which was
Goal defense, address
26.
that, please. Goal defense by her side where it occurred.
But also, if you
please.
look at the quarter time
Thank you.
score for Australia, they've only put 11 on the board so
Obstruction,
far.
goalkeeper.
This is very low considering they were 21 in that first quarter, 20 in the second and 20 in the third.
You know, I'm going to say that's their lowest quarter score in that World Cup.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah.
It is. It was that 15-13 quarter
Hold
against
time.
Zimbabwe
Goal
before.
defense, there was intentional obstruction. This is a caution. Yeah.
A caution
Just
handed
there.
out by umpire Giuliani. A long bomb. Oh, when you're on
Beautiful.
fire, every
Malawi.
single time. Steph Wood hasn't missed today, and that was beautiful.
So sweet. 11 from 11 she's sitting on.
Managed contact,
Last
goal
bit of
attack.
flair maybe from Malawi. Nice bounce pass, looking for the position in the shooting circle.
Overcooking that one.
Cooked it. Gives Australia
Bars obstruction,
control
wing
with
defence.
60 seconds remaining. They were just called the Australian national
obstruction,
netball team up
centre.
until 2008. But the Australian basketball women's team are known as the Opals. So, yeah, the Diamonds were
Bars
formed,
break.
and since 2008, the Australian Diamonds have
Bars
been
obstruction.
dominating
Contact centre.
the Netball World
Side.
Cup for so many years. Only 3 nations
Centre.
have ever
Australia
won it.
centre, Yep. shooter.
Cross court, last throw of the dice for Malawi. The neutrals in the crowd will love them to pop one in just before the final whistle goes. The opportunity's there. And she nails it.
Lovely. Chimolero at goal attack has been good. She's come on, she's stepped up, she's tried to keep them in this. She's improved as the game has gone on. Can they get another one? Yay! The crowd go wild. And they hug it out. Yes, they lost, but they got so much out of this game. The experience against playing against Australia, holding them to 13-10 in that last quarter. Really, really good.
The last 2 goals of the game go to Malawi, but Australia win it out, 74-25. So there's the coaching bench. A handshake of respect between the coaching staff. Lisa Alexander will take that day off tomorrow happily before they come back against New Zealand on Thursday. Malawi will come back and fight the Zimbabwe Gems on Thursday as well. But Australia today, their shooting was on point. They've just done exactly what they've done all the way through this World Cup so far, which is be very, very impressive, this Australian outfit. The goals are in, the mid-court super, and the defence is strong, and they win it out 74 goals to 25.
Yeah, really good performance up until that last quarter. They were ruthless. We just saw Branley come in there to go in on the huddle. They're trying to stay as that team and still put those performances out. They will be disappointed with that last quarter because we know how much they want to be perfect in what they do, but they should be pleased with how they've come through this tournament, and they've just done the job that they've been asked to do.
Well, they smashed through the 400 goal barrier so far at this Netball World Cup. Lisa Alexander, now in her 8th year of coaching the national side, looking up quite literally to some of the members of her team, saying, good, job well done. We'll rest, we'll recover, and we'll come again. We'll come back on Thursday and try and do the same.
Yeah, big one on Thursday against New Zealand. So that will be their first big test of this competition. So it'll be good to see how they match up against currently world number 4.
So Gail Davis, courtside with Courtney Bruce.
Thanks very much, Catherine. Well, you kept them to 5 in the first half, didn't you, Courtney Bruce? And as a goalkeeper, it doesn't get much better than that, does it?
No, it was absolutely fantastic, and it proves how much it's 7-court defence all the way down that helps me out at the back.
It's your first World Cup, isn't it? You're currently top of the intercepts, top of deflections. It's all a bit easy, isn't it?
No, definitely not. I'm absolutely exhausted after that game. Credit to the defenders out the front of me. They seriously make me look good sometimes.
I guess if you're being very picky, then it's the end that is maybe the most concerning. What happened? I imagine it's quite hard to keep in full gear all the time.
Yeah, definitely. I think we just lost concentration a little bit towards the end. So it's about us making sure that we're communicating and just locking in and making sure that we finish off things.
Nice rest day tomorrow. What are you girls up to?
Not sure yet. Just absolutely relaxing. Maybe some recovery. I think some of us are going to do a float tank. So really just relax and chill out.
Then it's the big one, isn't it? How much are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, really excited. So obviously always great to come up against New Zealand. So yeah, absolutely excited to hit them.
Well played today, Courtney Bruce. We shall see you on Thursday. Thank you. Hi, Lisa. Well, the game was won so early for you, wasn't it? But if there is any concern, is it the way that you finished? You only won that last quarter, 13-11.
Yeah, that's always, we can focus on the negatives, but we'll focus on the positives today. So pretty happy with the first 3 quarters, yeah.
What pleased you the most about those first 3 quarters?
Oh, that defensive pressure. I think we've set ourselves a target and we worked very hard on it, and we made a few adjustments during the game, so I was really pleased with that.
Look, we know it's not the be-all and end-all, is it, these Greek games? And you lost to New Zealand 4 years ago and you went on and won the World Cup. But it's about keeping up this momentum, isn't it, Lisa? You don't want to go in.
Oh, absolutely not. We weren't assured of a semi-final until today. So you've got to make sure you have, you set yourself up well. And, we've got a big game on Thursday against New Zealand.
So rest day tomorrow. Do you allow yourself any downtime away from netball at all?
Not really. The tournament is so contained. No, we don't. We'll be doing some work tomorrow. Just, obviously performance analysis work, but we will have a bit of a break during the day.
Go and enjoy yourself for at least for a few minutes, Lisa. Thank you very much. We'll see you on Thursday. We are very much looking forward to it. Thank you. If I can just bring over Weiss. Well, I guess should we start at the end, because that was the most positive bit, wasn't it? 13-11, in the final quarter. I mean, you finished the game a very positive way.
Well, we finished it positively because we have a few injuries in the team. So when we were starting the game, we thought maybe we should rest some of the players so that they are completely healed by the time we are playing the next game. But after discovering that maybe we weren't doing well enough, we thought of pulling some of them out and replace them with the injured one, which worked at last.
Tell us about Joyce Mvula. She didn't play today. Is she fit? Is she okay for the game on Thursday?
That's one of the reasons why we kept her there, because we knew we're playing Australia, which is a tough game, very fast game, and we wanted to rest Joyce Mvula as she's really getting ready for the Zimbabwe game.
Yes, because your World Cup will now be defined by that Zimbabwe game, won't it?
Well, I'm not very disappointed. Maybe if you could repeat the question again.
This game is now massive for you, isn't it, against Zimbabwe in terms of where you finish?
Yes, it is not. It is not, but the Zimbabwe one is the one that will decide our fate. So we organize ourselves. We started badly. We didn't organize ourselves, but I have the hope by Thursday, when we're playing Zimbabwe, we'll put everything into order.
Thank you very much. Unlucky today. We'll see you on Thursday.